Hi, everyone. Thanks for clicking the link on this text, and I'm hoping that you may join me on a journey here in a few moments. I would ask, as we move forward, please do not reply to the text message I sent with the link in this video. We don't want others to unnecessarily see a whole bunch of replies. I will be supplying additional contact information before this is over, and we'll go from there. I had a question a good while back about truth, a lot of discussions between Julie and I, myself and others, about how do we really know what truth is today. It's very difficult to get it from the media or from politics. It's just difficult to know what is it that we really should put lens on as the most important things in our life. And obviously we need a framework to do that. It also can be extremely discouraging when we don't have a way to find out what truth is and to kind of get beat down by all the things of this world. So how do we overcome that? Well, part of that can be just simply understanding who God is, what God desires from us, and how we can walk in today's world with knowing that information, and we can improve our relationship with God and ultimately Jesus Christ. So to do that, we have to have a model, and we have to start with the source of truth, which is the Bible. So in simplest terms, we're going to explore the Bible together in a very structured way that I think you will find very beneficial. And how we'll do that is, number one, I'm going to ask you here shortly to potentially download something called YouVersion. It is a Bible reading app, and you can actually listen to scriptures as well. I'm going to provide a framework for doing that. And I will also ask that if you decide to move forward with that, the link is in this text as well. I would ask that you go ahead and get started at the 1st of January. That will not interfere with some of the other plans that I have for doing deep dives into specific structures. But that will keep us on a journey of building habit, and ultimately will build understanding to much of what you'll be reading, especially in the earliest books of the Bible, which we'll be doing portions of the deep dive. You can expect to take about 10 to 15 minutes a day just reading or listening to the Bible. So I would suggest that's something that you be thinking about now as you get ready to begin that on the 1st of January. And I would encourage everyone, again, whether you participate in this journey with me directly or not, to do that. I'm also going to be using a number of videos and external sources I've come across in the last several months as I've been researching this. There's some excellent material, some theologians that are just brass tacks, pretty easy to understand, and use simple today's language. They will reference Hebrew and Arabic quite a bit, but they will define it, and you will see how the parts and pieces, especially as we move through the books of the Bible through the year, will tie together in themes and understanding to ultimately leads us to the need of a Savior. And then that from moving forward, once the Savior comes, in that design on how we can apply the life that is designed for us to grow in relationship and be effective here in this world. So I think you would enjoy that very much. I'll have a point of maybe a roundup along the way, several of those we will get together. More likely it'll be a Teams type of meeting or Zoom, just to connect people and just figure out where our progress is. But again, we want to make it simple and fun and not arduous along the way. So the bottom line is, why am I doing this? Well, I know it's going to be hard to believe. After I retired, I thought I'd help Julie with a lot of process improvements around the house. She's not real interested, so I need something else to do with my time. So not that we'll still do some process improvements. But I do sincerely believe there is a gap of biblical knowledge and a balance of application to the scriptures as it understands, for us to understand and apply to our spiritual growth. And this is just an opportunity to maybe take another step or two forward in that direction. And the third reason primarily is, if you're on this initial list, I care about you and would love for you to just join me in this journey. So I think it would be fun to do it together and do my best to keep it interesting. Again, I'll share my email address. I would like you to take a couple action steps, which I'll cover here in a moment, but I will need to know, if you want to participate, to send me an email with the email address that I can forward other information to you as we go along in the journey, as we get rocking and rolling. I will supply that specific information again about YouVersion, how to select the translation, and I'll give you preferences and what I'll call the priorities that I think you would select for this part of the journey. And then I'm going to ask you to select a plan. I'll give you some information around that. These will be the yearly read plans that I mentioned, to be the 10 to 15 minutes a day on average of reading or listening. So as we get ready to move forward, as a sneak peek, I will be starting about mid to somewhere between the second and third week of January, and a deep dive into Genesis and also Near Eastern ancient cultures. You will begin to see some of the earliest recorded writings that were captured, along with the first earliest scriptures of Genesis being one of those. The framework, understanding how that book was put together, especially to ancient peoples, how you communicate to them, which is very, very different than how we did today, translating into our language, which was, it's very actionable typically. So I think you'll find this very interesting. So that's going to be our starting place. Again, a lot of information. If you just are saying, I'm interested in this, you can join, you can stop, you can ask others to come into the journey now or later. It's all about us building a way to get into scriptures, to be consistent, and then understand as much as we can as we move forward. So that's the offering I'm making. I hope you'll join me. Please respond to the email. My email information is in this text. Do not reply to the text message to everyone. And let's get started. I would also ask, if you're doing YouVersion, again, start January 1 and YouVersion on the translation and the type of year plan. And I shared the one that I had selected for this year. So take a look at that. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'll look forward to those who want to join me. So we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.